3.
Hello, my name is Mike Hurst at Highland Hill Farm, and I want to discuss to you about the idea of trees being grown to sequester carbon. And I want to tell you about my opinions of the issues of carbon dioxide in the world and how the tree nursery can address it or not address it. There's been a lot of people going around saying that everybody should go plant trees because when trees grow, they sequester carbon, which is true. They need carbon dioxide to form sugars, which then form more complex carbohydrates inside the tree, which makes the tissues and the vessels and the tracheids and all the lignins and all the things that the tree needs to grow and be healthy and to survive in the wild. And a lot of issues have been arising about carbon credits, about having to sequester carbon in order to have a better ecosystem and make a better climate for the people for later generations. And I want to tell you right now that that's good for our business because it sells more trees. But I have a feeling that that is not correct. I do not think that planting trees will be solving the issues of carbon emissions in the world. And it's just for one plain simple reason. That when trees grow, they grow up, they die. And when they die, they decompose. And when they decompose, they release carbon dioxide. So if you look at a tree cycle and how when it lives and it dies, it's a zero stagnant system for carbon sequestration. It can be said that, hey, trees, when they die, then not all of it decomposes. But for the most part, all of it decomposes. Maybe some of the heart roots or the striker roots way down deep don't decompose because they're so deep they don't get oxygen, but just about the rest of it does. All the roots, virtually all the leaves you see, all the wood that you see, when you draw a tree, you mostly just draw the trunk and the branches, all that gets decomposed. All of that gets transferred back into carbon that can go out in the air and be used by other plants. It's a cycle. This is not something like you plant a tree and it sequesters carbon and it's sequestered for the rest of its life. Maybe if it's carried away into a bog, but even then sometimes bogs dry up. It's all a cycle. Where I think we need to concentrate for carbon sequestration is not on land. It's in the oceans. And the reason I say that is that in the oceans, in the really depths of the oceans, there's not a lot of oxygen. So that when carbon gets down that low, it can no longer be decomposed. And my theory is that most of the carbon sequestration is not from trees, it's from plankton. It's from little tiny microorganisms in the oceans, which grab the carbon dioxide that's in the ocean and dissolved in the water. They take that and they make that into body shells, into protection for themselves. It's in a hard shell, so that when it dies, it doesn't decompose. It actually drifts down, falls down deeper and deeper, and as it gets deeper and deeper, there's less oxygen in the water, because the oxygen doesn't get down that far. And when it settles on the bottom, it never decomposes. So, that system is the system which the carbon is taken out of the air, transformed into something, and is not reverted for others to be used. Maybe if it's eaten, then others can use it. But if it dies in a natural cycle, and it falls down to the bottom of the ocean, there's nothing there to decompose it. And that's how carbon is sequestered.
Thank you very much, Michael. These are some of the many different types of trees we have available at Highland Hill Farm. Properly placed landscaping can help you cut your heating and cooling costs. Let us help you design a windbreak, a barrier, or a screen to do just that. Give us a call at 215-651-8329. It's no cost to you for planning. We do this all the time for our customers. We supply different kinds of screens and buffers depending upon your location and the characteristics of your location, i.e., do you have deer? Is it open? Is it sunny? Is it wet? So give us a call at 215-651-8329. so we can help you with your selection. Thank you.